Welcome back, Kwik Brain. So let's get into this. This is all about conquering your mind, really conquering your memory. For me, I simplify this, where I created a technique years ago, maybe 25 plus years ago, where I say that improving your memory is as easy as pi. Pi. Just write down this word, P-I-E. Now, what does the P stand for? The P stands for place. We remember things when they're stored in a specific place that we're familiar with. So this is the location, the place. The I in pi stands for imagination. So it's not just location, but it's your imagination. We tend to remember things that we see. We remember faces. We maybe forget the names, but we remember what we saw, which is the image of the face or the image of the person. So to remember something better, you have the place, you have the image, and then the E in pi stands for entwine. Entwine. What does that mean? Entwine means you're going to put them together. You're going to associate them together. And what are you entwining? The place and the image, right? When you understand how your memory works, you could work your memory. And that's what I say is learning, improving your memory is as easy as pi. Place, image, and entwine. Really, you could look at it as place is location, imagination, and what? What's the last one? That's E is really the entwining, association. Those are the three keys to a better memory. So we turn it into a technique. And it's interesting. Have you ever been in a situation where somebody calls you up and they're like, oh, can you go pick up this, this, and this? You're like, I can't write it down. Or you go to the store to buy one thing and you come back with 2 bags full of things except for what? That one thing you went for the store for, right? What happened to your memory? Or you had to write your grocery list and you left the grocery list back at home, right? Well, with this technique, that won't happen because I'm going to show you a simple way to memorize a grocery list. You need a place, you need to use your imagination, and you need to entwine, all right? So let's take a place that you are familiar with. And this place is your body. All right, so what we're going to do for the place, the P, is we're going to go from top to bottom and come up with 10 places on your body from top to bottom. All right, so let's do this together. This will be a little mental exercise. Are you ready? Okay, let's do it. Stand up, come on, stand up, I'm standing, stand up with me. And what I want you to do is I want you to touch the place that I'm talking about and say it out loud. So you could see it, you could hear it, and you could touch it. When you use that, make it visual, you make it auditory, when you make it feeling, something you could touch or kinesthetic, you're going to remember it better because you're using more of your nervous system. So no wonder you're going to remember it better as opposed to just hearing it. If you just hear it, you're probably not going to remember it. But if you could hear it, see it, and feel it, you're more likely to remember it. So let's go top to bottom. We're going to pick up 10 places on our body, and we're going to call this your body list. So see what I'm seeing, say what I'm saying, feel what I'm feeling. Remember? Okay, good. Number 1 is top. So touch the top of your head. 1 is what? Top. Say it out loud, your auditory memory. 1 is top. Good. You're standing up. Good. 2, nose. What's the second place? Nose. Very good. 3, mouth. What's the third place? Say it. It's your mouth. Now you're going to go to the side of your face, your ears. Number 4 is what? Ears. Good. So let's see if we got it. 1 is what? Top, nose, mouth, ears. Very good. Number 5, it's going to be your larynx, right? So this is your voice, larynx. Okay, good. That's number 5. We're halfway there. 6, shoulders. Touch your shoulders. Everyone do this. 6, shoulders. 7, collar. What's number 7? Touch it. Collar. Very good. 8, I want you to do this. Wiggle your fingers. 8 is what? Fingers. Very good. 9 is going to be your what? Your belly. Very good. This is your belly. So 9 is what? Your belly. And then 10, I want you to call it your seat. What you sit down with, right? Your seat. What's number 10? Say it out loud. Seat. Now let me test your memory. Remember, we're building memory toughness. So part of it is teaching you the technique. The other one is doing these drills to enhance your memory. So it's memory fit, right? What's number 1? Say it out loud. Do it with me. Top. Let's get the energy higher. Good. 2 is nose. 3. Say it out loud. Mouth. 4, ears. 5, what was the word I chose? Larynx. Very good, larynx. 6, shoulders. 7, collar. What was 8? Fingers, not your belly, but your fingers. 9 is your belly, and 10 is your seat. Very good. So we did the first step, which is P. The P in pie, we have 10 places. Very good. Now what you need to do is take the information you want to remember and turn it into an image. That's the I. Now in this case, I want to help you remember this list of brain foods. I want you to remember these lists of brain foods. This is an area of science called neuronutrition. Some of these foods are very neuroprotective, very nourishing for your brain. And again, talk to your nutritionist, talk to your healthcare practitioner. Not everything is for everybody, but this is what the research shows. So I'm going to go through these 10 foods and we're going to take an image of it. And then the E in pie is what? Say it out loud. Say it out loud. Entwine. You're going to connect those two things, all right? So let's do it. What's the first place? First place is top of your head. The brain food I want you to remember, avocados, all right? So make an image of avocados. Now entwine it. What can you imagine? Maybe you're using avocados as a hair conditioner, or you're making guacamole and putting it on your scalp. You're eating guacamole on your own head. Whatever you picture, wonderful. Just take a moment. Remember, see it, hear it, feel it. Now, if you could smell it, yes, and then taste it, you're certainly going to remember it. So do whatever you need to remember that. Avocados on the top of your head. Very good. We'll go through the rest quickly. Number 2 is what? Your nose. The brain food, blueberries. I like to call them brain berries, right? Imagine blueberries coming out of your nose, right? If you ever were going throughout the day and blueberries started coming out of your nose, how long would you remember that for? Your whole life, right? You don't have to repeat it and study it and repetition, study for an hour. When you understand how your memory works, you can work your memory. Blueberries coming out of your nose. Third place is what? Your mouth. Third brain food, broccoli. So what do you entwine? Imagine a big stalk of broccoli in your teeth. You know when you get that annoying broccoli in your teeth, but imagine it's larger. Maybe your teeth are full of what? Broccoli. Taste it, smell it, add those senses. Sense of smell, sense of taste. Very good. What's the fourth place on your body? Do you remember? Go to the side of your head, your ears. Fourth brain food, olive oil. Olive oil. What can you imagine? What do you imagine when I say olive oil in ears? Are you cleaning your ears with olive oil? Are you wearing earrings that are made of olives? Olive earrings? Whatever you picture, whatever, there are thousands of things you could picture. Pick one thing and just see it, hear it, feel it, maybe taste it and smell it. Good. Fifth place. What's this one? Larynx. Very good. Fifth brain food are eggs. Eggs. So instead of an Adam's apple, imagine you have a hard-boiled egg there. Well, imagine it's just on your throat. Or what kind? Maybe it's a different kind of eggs. Maybe it's like taped to your larynx, or maybe you're choking on eggs, right? Just think about eggs. Very good. We're halfway there. All right. What's the sixth place? Your shoulders. Sixth brain food, green leafy vegetables. Green leafy vegetables. So imagine you have shoulder pads on. One's made out of kale, one's made out of spinach. Okay. So those, you have shoulder pads made out of green leafy vegetables. Number 7, what's the 7th place? It's your collar. And I want you to remember salmon. So what can you picture? Wild salmon. Maybe you have a necklace made out of salmon sushi. Maybe it's a day old. What does that smell like? Ew, what would that taste like? Just imagine it around your collar. Just take a moment. Fantastic. Remember, it's not about frequency or duration. That takes time. You don't have to repeat it 100 times. You don't have to study it for an hour duration. Just see it intensely. See it, feel it, taste it, make it intense. You'll remember it. Fantastic. Sushi, good. Salmon, good. What's the 8th place? Do you remember? Those fingers. 8th brain food, turmeric. That's spice. So imagine you have that golden powder all over your what? Your fingers. Golden powder. You can't get it off of your fingers. Just imagine that. It's all over, getting everywhere when you're cooking. And then finally, 9 and 10, what's the 9th place? Touch it. It's your belly. 9th brain food, walnuts. Walnuts. Again, they look like the human brain. Imagine eating walnuts out of your belly button. You know, I said it, yes, walnuts out of your belly button. Would you ever forget that? If you ever saw somebody or you yourself, walnuts started coming out of your belly button, you'll remember it forever, right? You're using more of your memory. And then finally, what's the 10th place? Your seat, right? Where you sit. And then 10th brain food, dark chocolate. You know what? I don't even want to know what you're picturing. Just keep it to yourself. Dark chocolate and your seat. Just see it vividly, right? All right, I won't go into any more detail than that. Now, imagine this, that I call you up and you're driving and you can't write it down, or maybe it's always when you can't write something down, you have these ideas, right? Maybe you're in the shower and you can't write it down, you have these ideas, and I don't know why you pick up the phone in the shower, but I was like, hey, we're gonna, for our whole community, our positive peer group, we're gonna have this limitless brain party. You know, while you're out, can you just stop by the store and pick up these 10 things? And I rattle off these 10 things and you're like, I don't need to write it down because I have my notes inside, right inside my mind. And you just put them right on the places on your body. And now you're walking through the aisles, you walk into the store, walking through the aisles, and you don't need the grocery list because your list is here. What's the first thing you need to get? Say it out loud. Let's do this together. Say it out loud. What is what? Top of your head? Avocados. From there, out of your nose? Blueberries. Say it out loud. Third thing? Good. You have broccoli. Actually, for the rest of them, write it down. Take out your notebook. Just take 60 seconds. Write down the rest of them. Continue to write it down. What's after broccoli? And then what's after that? And after that, see how quickly it comes in your mind. And if you forget one of them, here's the gift there is in forgetting and making a mistake. There are no mistakes. There's failure to learn. You can't fail, right? It's just learning and getting feedback. Feedback is the breakfast of superheroes, right? So why didn't you remember one? Maybe you didn't see it. You know, did you just hear it and not see it? Did you not feel it? Did it not stir up an emotion? Did you not smell it? Or did you not taste it, right? Learn from these quote unquote mistakes, and so you can get better. And that's really the goal. The goal is not to be perfect. It's about making progress. So do you have the 10? Tell me. Avocados, blueberries, broccoli. What's next? Olive oil, eggs, very good. Green leafy vegetables, salmon, sardines are good too, good. Turmeric, walnuts, and finally, your favorite, dark chocolate. Can you do it backwards? Dark chocolate, you know it. What's next? Walnuts. Next, turmeric, wild salmon, green leafy vegetables, eggs, olive oil, broccoli, blueberries, and avocados. How's your memory? How's your memory? Say it out loud. Limitless. There are no limits. All limits, most of them, they're all learned. We learn that our memory is fixed, right? But it's not, right? That was just something that we accepted. It's a lie, a limited idea that we entertain, but it's not true. So our goal is to transcend those lies, to end the trance, this hypnosis we put ourselves in. And how do we do it? We do it through practice. We get ourselves to do something we never thought we could do. Remember, PIE. You have a place, turn the information you want into an image, and entwine the things together. And that will give you an incredible quick recall. And I'll see you in our next lesson.